Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
It's like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away. Ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let them hate.
So being a fan of an organization in the NBA comes with a lot of things. But by far the biggest investment one can make is their time, because there ain't no way you can get that junk back. You can get a refund, resell your tickets, your jerseys, or team memorabilia. You can literally wipe away all your memories. You can do all of that but get your time back. You see, I'm a very observant person. I take a lot of mental notes. And that coinciding with me being an NBA super fan is kind of lit, because I can give you guys my wonky perspective in a way that you never thought of. So these last 4 years of me being seriously in tune with the NBA, I noticed that one of the most stressful and trying times as a fan tends to happen as soon as a team elevates from the rebuilding phase and has some sort of expectations attached to their name. There's several teams in the NBA right now who are currently in that stage, but have had a flop of a season so far when they're either A, supposed to be in the playoff picture, or at least potentially fighting for one. A whole bunch of teams and fans are going through that same struggle right now, and sad to say, I am one of them. The Hawks, the Chicago Bulls, the Minnesota Timberwolves, I can go on and on and on, but there's this one team that needs the spotlight right now. But right before they get this treatment, I need to inform you guys of something. The new Applied Pressure hoodies, that hoodie that I wore on that day, yes, it's out now and they're waiting to be shipped out to your house. Go ahead and check out the new and improved site to go ahead and support this channel and also your swag, because Lord knows you need it. Last season, one of the more surprising teams just happened to be the Sacramento Kings. They were weirdly enough to say hella fun to watch and surpassed a bunch of non-existing expectations that were placed on this team. And for the first time in a very long time, this team looked promising and looked like they were actually on the come up. Now, I, as usual, am spitting the real. You do not need to be a diehard NBA fan to know this common knowledge. The Sacramento Kings have never been taken seriously, at least not in the last 13 years. Because that was the last time that they were even in the playoffs, and some of y'all weren't even born. And hold up, I was this many years old last time they were in the playoffs. Bro, do you know how old I am now? Just me saying that right there alone is a travesty. The only reason why I'm making this video right now is because I and many other fans, not really, just I, really believe that we've been hoodwinked into thinking that this team was on the verge of turning things around. Now wait, quick disclaimer, a big part of the reason why this team regressed as a whole is because they've been dealing with a whole bunch of injuries this entire season. They damn near haven't been healthy this entire time. The De'Aaron Foxes have been in and out and back into the starting lineup, and their #2 overall pick from the 2018 NBA draft has played a whopping 13 games this entire year. The main building blocks of this organization haven't been 100%. And some of the guys that they brought in this offseason to assist their young players in Dwayne Dedmon and recently moved Trevor Ariza have reeked all year long. And to make matters worse, thanks to this coaching change that they've made, it feels like this team have lost their identity. I no longer know who I am watching when I watch the Sacramento Kings. Like, duh, yeah, it is the Kings, that purple and white logo, whatever, but they just don't hit the same. They don't carry themselves with that same energy. And as I was doing some simple research before this video, what do you know? The Kings last year were 5th in pace, one of the fastest teams in the league. They used their youth and athletic talent to their advantage. They went from that to an entirely new game plan and approach to the game. And as we can see with the way the season has been playing out, it completely backfired. And they're now one of the slowest teams in the league for literally no reason. If I were to use the word disappointment to describe the Sacramento Kings season so far, it would be an understatement. They've been deflated because they were literally so close to turning the corner last season. They won the most games that they ever won since 2005. And they damn near fumbled the bag if they haven't already. The Sacramento Kings currently remind me of one of my favorite childhood games, Jenga. In fact, I swear to God, I got the game right here. You want to see? But this is what I'm talking about. This is Jenga. Now I gotta pick all this up. I did this for the video. The goal of this game is to pull as many blocks loose without making the tower of blocks collapse. These dudes in Sacramento did one of the worst things possible. You see, literally, this is the Sacramento Kings right here. They're building a solid infrastructure right now. But they make a few moves here and there which are kind of cool. But during the offseason, they did something very vital. And they made a coaching change. And once they made that coaching change, damn, that didn't collapse. This is very, very embarrassing. Damn, this didn't collapse? What the fuck? Okay, yo. What the damn, bro. Oh my God, bro. What the hell? Dude! Okay, now this will, of course. That'd be crazy if it didn't. But anyways, they started at the foundation and the roots of this team that they were building and yanked away one of the most important pieces to this infrastructure. And since they fired Dave Yeager, they've been ridiculously unstable, wobbly as hell as an organization. They go ahead and decide to fire him based off of incidents like this.
These with a blindfold on. We're 17.4. 123 to 120. Oh boy, Dave Yeager and Buddy Hield having some words.
Now, based off of a bunch of player interviews from last year, it sounded like nobody really liked him as a coach. And that memorable Warriors game is what magnified this entire moment. Now, this may not be the worst reason to get rid of a coach, but with context added into the situation and noticing that your team has had hella success, more success than they've ever had in the last 10 years with this dude in place, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure if it was a smart move firing him. You'd think it'd be really hard for them to come to a decision last year, but it really wasn't. They couldn't wait to fire that man. Now, getting rid of Dave Yeager would have been an okay move if they got a respectable head coach in place of him. But out of all their options, they go for Luke Walton. Now, if you know anything about Luke last year, you would know that he was one of the most hated coaches in the league for a reason. And sadly, Sacramento Kings fans now know that reason. He isn't a good coach yet at all. And one of the main reasons why they thought it would be a good idea to bring him in is because of the fast-paced offense he quote-unquote helped orchestrate over the last few years with the Warriors and Lakers. And as y'all know now, that hasn't been the case with the Sacramento Kings. The talent that he's been dealt with the Warriors, the Lakers, and now the Kings has seen a significant drop-off. Luke has also been underutilizing the hell out of their young core. The man Harry Giles has been abused with a bunch of DNPs this entire season. The misuse of the number 2 overall pick when he's been on the floor has been truly questionable, and there's a whole bunch of ticky-tack things that could be pointed out about this team. But look, what we gotta do is take a step back, maybe take a seat if you haven't already, and think about how he got there in the first place. And of course, it was Vlade Divac. He brought him there. This season was meant to be a train wreck. How can you put a mid-head coach in place of an exceptional one, have injuries plague your key players for 90% of the season, and have dudes who just got cashed out a couple months ago underperform this entire year? Cough cough, Buddy Hield. The man just got placed on the bench. He literally just got paid a massive bag and he's been on a tear, but just think about it. Wouldn't it be a shame if that was his natural role? A Lou Will type role off of the bench is what I believe best fits him. And they're literally months away from losing the guy that they put in favor of him, Bogdan Bogdanovic, in the offseason. The Sacramento Kings have been in a playoff job for 13, soon to be 14 years now. Y'all over here making fun of the Knicks and all the other booty basketball teams in the league when the Sacramento Kings have literally been one of the most depressing, no, the most depressing basketball city these last 10 years. No other organization has consistently fumbled opportunity after opportunity after opportunity like the Kings. They're literally betting on themselves to take on the record for the longest playoff drought in history. Now, if the Kings do not make the playoffs this season, I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of. But with the way that they've gone about it, and with all the things that have transpired over the last few months, this season kinda hurt. Luckily for them though, they're young, and they have time to reverse all the wrongdoings that they've done. De'Aaron Fox hasn't had the year that most people thought he would have thanks to a lot of setbacks. And the exact same could be said about Marvin Bagley. These two could easily get the boat flowing in the right direction again for Sacramento. But that's if and only if they reach their full potential. The Kings these last 3 years have literally been on a roller coaster ride. They've had their one high last year, but in between those one highs, they've had 2 lows. And this ride that I've even been taking note of makes me sick as hell. I'm talking vomit all over the floor. This season for them is pretty much a wrap and should be a preview of what they could look like next year. But as of now, 2020, January 30th, as in the making of this video, I'm probably recording and posting and editing on the same day. I'ma go. They're on track to be one of the sorriest organizations out there in recent NBA history. This is the end of the video though, man. I really do appreciate you for coming over here on my channel and seeing what I have to talk about today. That is extremely dope of you. Now before you leave, I want you to do a few things. First of all, I want you to go ahead and like the video, share this video with at least 2 of your friends, and also let me know what you think down below in the comment section. As usual, you already know how this goes. And also click this link right here so you can go ahead and support this channel and support your swag and upgrade that thing right now. Level up and go ahead and purchase or cop the Apply Pressure leads. They're gonna be out for a couple more weeks. I'll let you know the deadline. But yeah, man, as usual, you already know the drill. I really do hope that you make your day great. But until next time, I'll go right with you. Rip go.
No way. Remember back when I couldn't get a play. No home, I ain't have a place to stay. I got to work. Made the surf free the way, yeah, yeah. Told my girl who'd ever thought.